Hi guys, it's something a little bit different this morning. Now, because I'm such a large YouTuber with my nearly 4,000 followers, I've had a few emails about affiliation opportunities. Now, this one, I haven't accepted any. I am going to do some research on them to see if I want to do them. But this company offered us just a free trial before I do anything. I haven't responded to them, but I am going to use the free trial and see what it's all about. They are an AI company that are tailored towards creating full books. So I'm going to create a high content book right now, and we'll see what it's like. I have tried doing things in ChatGPT before, and it's never worked out well. But this is a specialty AI, so we'll see what happens. And this is the email I received. It's from a company called PlottyBot, which is a fun name, fun thing to say. I've had a look around the YouTube channel, and it's informative, and the tool looks good. It is in Italian, so I did have to use the auto-generated subtitles, but the website's all in English. And it looks really interesting. Like I say, this isn't an affiliate video. I'm not linked to them in any way, although they have made an offer. And if it goes well, if the book turns out well, and this is something that I want to endorse with my good name, then it might turn into something. But at the meantime, this is just an honest review on what the software platform is like. So without further ado, let's get cracking with bookmacking. So this is the website. It looks, fairly simple and standard. This isn't a website review, it's a features review. There's a demo over there. Let's see what that does. You can try it for free. Get a 2,500 word book. So if you want to try it for free and see what it's like, you can. That's good. But we're here to write. Now, I've got an idea of what sort of book I want to try. And I'm also aware of the limitations of using AI to write books. So I've tried it with ChatGPT. They never quite turn out right, especially if you're going for something a little bit more technical. When, say, I want to write a joke writing guide, it's very, very vague, not very specific. So it could be used as a frame to write your book on, but I want to write, this wants to be a book that is written and finished, and then I just click publish. That's the idea. So I'm going to stay away from anything technical like that. I'm going to cash in on, because I think God's going to be big this year, so I'm going to cash in on God. And I'm also going to, I know that these books are often the kind of short, but you're talking in between 30 and 50 pages. So I'm going to try and hit a niche that'll happen in that won't be much longer than 30 to 50 pages. If you hear any scratching, by the way, that's just a cat sitting next to us. He's going bananas on a chair. So without further ado, let's start. I've got to register first. Turn away, don't watch this. So I'm now successfully logged in. It's easy to create account, just a username and a password. And we'll click right now. So here we'll write the book title and the subtitle, and we briefly describe our book. So I'll get that detail now. So this is the title. We've got Prayers for a Troubled World, Seeking Hope, Peace and Strength, One Blessing at a Time. Yes, that was generated by ChatGPT. And this is the description. It says max 100 characters, but I've probably gone over that there. Briefly describe your book. A collection of prayers and thoughts aimed at helping people cope with today's hardships. Simple pimples. I'll keep it as US American because that's the US English, sorry, because that's the market where we'll be going to. I will let it automatically generate on the details above. I want it to be writing style. Conversational, motivational. Yeah, motivational. Does this book contain exercises? We'll say yes. No, automatically generate. Does it contain pictures? Again, we'll say yes. Hand drawings. Now this is where you put your chapter details. I don't have any chapter details because I just got ChatGPT to give us a title. So we'll let PlottyBot how many exercises. We'll say 52. One per week. So now it's generating the index, and from what I saw in the videos, it generates chapters and sub-chapters. So you can niche down what you need. So you have a chapter heading, and then the chapter heading is then broken up into, I think you have 3 subheadings in there. And it all helps just condense your, or it all helps to, I suppose, focus the AI as it's writing. But this hopefully will generate the chapters and the subheadings. So this is the table of contents that it's generated. And we'll just scroll through and see what's happening. So there's an estimated word count there as well, which I've just noticed, between 26 and 39,000 words, which isn't bad. That's not bad at all, that actually. Healthy word count. So we'll just scroll through here. Press for inner piece. So there's the chapter heading and the 3 individual sub-chapters. You can even add sub-chapters, which is really good for focusing down your niche. You can remove them as well, which is great. I'm just going to leave this all as it is. Press for physical, press for emotional. It's all looking very, very good. Financial stability, press for the loaning. I'm very happy with that, with the layout. I think it'll... and yeah, look, they're doing the exercise there as well, I've just noticed. I'm happy. Oh, look, and you can change this as well. 8 by 11. 8 by 11, that's probably too big. I would prefer 6 by 9. So let's go 6 by 9. And then we'll just create the ebook. So obviously, you've got a lot of control over what goes into this book. I'm just going to go with the AI recommendations because I want this book to be done without doing any research on it. I will read through it, of course. And we'll see what it generates. This all looks good, it looks solid, but you can get all this from ChatGPT as well. The problem with ChatGPT is when you tell it to write, it ends up being... It starts off well and it goes increasingly downhill. So we'll see if this keeps up the quality as it goes on. And the good thing is, of course, you can do this all in one chunk. If you tell ChatGPT to write you a book with these headings, it never works out well. It never works out how you plan. So we'll show formatting options just because we're here. Change the font, line spacing, and the text size. No, that's good as well, but I'll keep it all as it is because I think you can edit it after you've done it. So we're going to create the book. So the price for this book would be €135.51, but I've got a code for the free book. So I'm going to fill in all this information, and this is the end. That's the book total. So €135. I got it for free because of the code I was given. They're going to email me when it's done, which is good. It says you get it in less than an hour normally. And €135, I don't know how that compares to ghostwriters, but it definitely seems cheap. This you can save 85% of the price of a ghostwriter, and it already comes proofread, doesn't it, for grammatical errors and things like that. So that'll save you a few pounds there. Let's just see what the content's like. I'll be back when the book generates. Exciting times. The book is now ready. It took about an hour and a half for it to come through. So that's not too bad for a 40,000 word book. It gives you a bit more confidence that it's going to be a better book than ChatGPT that just spits it out in seconds. I do also use designer.io. I've used that in the past. So maybe I'll do a comparison. If that's not a good idea, write that down in your content book, Andrew. I will. Thank you. Right. So this is the email. Thank you for using PlottyBot. Your book is ready. You can read or edit its content by logging in here, or you can download the file by clicking behind my top secret code. So I'm back in my account, and this is the book Press for a Troubled World. So we'll click on Edit Books just to see what the in editor is. So you can refine the writing of text generator to do the selected text and specify your modification. So that's good, isn't it? You can use the AI to edit bits. I don't know whether it costs anything. Is there any indication of the word count? No. I'll just have a quick look at the bottom. No. Right. Do you want to read this with us? So I've opened the document in Word. It does download as a .docx, just because I want to see the word count. And the first thing that is immediately apparent is that this book is 283 pages long, which is insane for an AI-generated book. I've done it in Designer and in ChatGPT, and they're spitting out 40 pages at best. 50,000 words, which again is very, very good. From watching the video, I know that the first page is always a title page, and the second page is always like a copyright page, which is fine. One thing I have noticed is that the table of contents is missing a bit. It's probably because I took it down to 6x9, but that is something that needs sorting. There might be a way around that, but I'll experiment with that in my own time. This is the image that's put in, and this is the text. Now, I'm not going to read all through this. I'm going to make ChatGPT read through it and tell us what it thinks. Why not? Send an AI to review an AI. That's what I say. First impressions, though. This is spectacular. I don't know how much a 50,000 ghostwritten word book would cost you, but 130 euros, and I got this for free. Is really like overwhelming. I'm gonna stop waffling on. I'm gonna put this into ChatGPT and see what it says. So I've asked ChatGPT to review the book for us, and as you can see, it's seen it and it's read it, and it gives you the strengths and weaknesses. So there's repetitive content and overlapping chapters, which I think is pretty standard for these sort of books in general when you're talking about mindfulness and hopefulness and things like that. Yeah, so it says here that there are several chapters labelled Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. So let's have a look. So Chapter 1, Chapter 3, yeah. So there's something odd happening here, and looking down, looks like it is. So this 2 prayers for inner priests is what that should be. It's adding the word chapter in front of the numbers. Hasn't done it there, probably because there's not enough space. So again, that's something else to look at. You can edit that probably in the book, but we'll have a look. So that's something to bear in mind, and that's a formatting suggestion. And ChatGPT gives it 4.5 stars out of 5, which is great. I'm just going to ask it. So it says abstract concepts. I'll just ask it for an example. So I've found a piece in the book that ChatGPT says was overly complex. So I'm going to use this bit of text to see if I can edit it, see if I can simplify it. Use more simple language. So that works. Thoughts? Give that a big fat tick. And it's as easy as that. So it's easy to make edits and use the AI for that. Now, there was no charge for that, so I assume you can make little edits like that as many as you want, and there's no charge at all. Now, obviously, without reading the entire manuscript, I can't tell you how accurate and how well written it is, but ChatGPT was happy with it. But first impressions are, it's very simple and very easy to use. It took about 1.5 hours for the book to generate, but all I did was provide a title, a subtitle, and a brief description of what I wanted it to be. And it's provided a 50,000 word book. And as I've said previously, I have tried to do this in ChatGPT, and Designer.io, and they've fallen short in terms of length. I do plan on reading the book just to give it the once over and see exactly what sort of text is in there, but ChatGPT didn't flag up anything particularly troublesome. These sort of things also do tend to have they tend to favour the more flowery language. And that's what ChatGPT pointed out. It is beautifully written, but it can be sometimes dense. That's not necessarily a problem, really. And it's perhaps something that I could have sorted out in the prompt if I'd taken a bit more control of the audience and things like that. So I've done it there just a very lazy way. It looks like you can have as much control as you want over the audience and your contents. You can guide the contents. I just put up a title and said, write that book, which it did. So perhaps any shortcomings are more to do with me after I've read it. So I will say this. If you are looking to try a high content book, you don't want to write it yourself, and you've got a little bit of money, not enough for a proper ghostwriter, this is something that perhaps you might want to have a go at. Use the demo. I imagine it's just the exact same process, but you get just a book that's limited to 2,500 words. So use that before you commit. But I'm thoroughly impressed with it so far. Like I say, I'm going to read it, and I'll give you an update when I've read it just to see the language and things like that. But I'm very pleased with this at the minute. So that's it for today's video. Remember, links in the description. There is a link to PlottyBot. It's not an affiliate link yet. Use it to have a go on the demo. See what it's like. This could be a real game changer if you are looking to get into high content books. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.